It is surprising that there are different versions on the date for the first cry of the revolution as well as the venue. This controversy up to this time remains unsolved. It is believed that the so-called cry took place in Balintawak, but others would say that it really happened in Pugadlaw. Nevertheless, there are different versions to consider in knowing the real date and place of the cry. A marked beginning of the Philippines Revolution in 1896, which ultimately led to Philippine independence in 1896. We have two side debaters defending each stand. The first account will be presenting the Balintawak, Miss Donna Jean and Mayril.
Guillermo Masangkay's account. Guillermo Masangkay is an eyewitness of that event and a friend of Bonifacio. In Guillermo Masangkay's account, according to him, the first cry happened in Balintawak was August 26, 1896.
At the house of Populinio Samson, the big meeting of leaders held after the discussion, Andres Bonifacio left the session hall and he told to the people the outcome of the meeting. The people wants to revolt against the Spaniards and then he asked them if they are ready to revolt. He wants to see destroy their cédulas as a sign of separation. From the Spaniards, they pulled out their cédulas into pieces and it was the beginning of declaration of separation from Spaniards.
Thank you, Miss Donna Jean Roflo and Meryl Pacaldo. Now that we have here the side of Balintawak, we will have proceed to Pugadlawin side.
The first place of the refuge of Andres Bonifacio, Emilio Jacinto, Procopio Bonifacio, Teodoro Plata, Aguido de Rosario, and Pio Valenzuela was at Balintawak, but it was at Pugadlawin. In the house, the storehouse in yard of Juan Ramos, son of Melchor Aquino, where 1,000 members of Katipunan meet and carried out considerable debate and discussion on August 23, 1896.
Thank you, Miss Jamaica Banda. Now that we have here the side of Pugadlawin, we will have to proceed to Balintawak side.
Olegario Diaz, who was an officer of the Spanish Guardia Civil, stated that the cry happened in Balintawak on August 25 in the year of 1896. Historian Teodoro Calao wrote in his 1925 book entitled The Filipino Revolution that the cry took place during the final week of August in the year of 1896 at Kangkong, Balintawak.
Thank you, Miss Donnelyn. Now that we have heard the side of Balintawak, we will have proceed to Pugadlawin side.
Tiago Alvarez, a Katipunero and son of Mariano Alvarez, the leader of the Magdiwang faction in Cavite, stated in 1927 that the cry took place in Bahay Turok, now on Quezon City on August 24, 1896. At Santiago Alvarez account, it represents there the narration of event happened at Balintawak boundary, August 24, 1986.
Thank you, Mr. Ricky Boron. Now that we have here the side of Pugadlawin, we will have to proceed to Balintawak side.
One of the, is not the most important participant in the Philippine Revolution, was Gregoria de Jesus. She have been the strength of the revolution, having the means of cleverly hiding their ammunition in the custodian of the secret documentation in which were prepared to die for. She suffered the pain of being patriot against the Spanish government, even though she could have lived a normal life away from conflict and chaos. She chose not to.
To hear alive, live under someone's dictation is a life not for living for. Even though she's just a woman, she did much more what most men at the time could have done. In addition, according to Gregoria DOC, the cry for rebellion started on August 25, 1896, in the place they called Pasong Tamo, Caloocan at the Balintawak boundary.
Now that we have heard the side of each devotators, according to the judge, the cry of Pugad Lawin cannot be accepted as historically accurate. It lacks positive documentation and supporting evidence from the witness. So I would like to inform you all which team wins in virtual debate, which is Balintawak. I really appreciate the presenters or devotators and congratulate to all students in our virtual debate.